where y'all been at? Oh yeah, that was me that took a hiatus. I apologize, family. I had to take some time to myself to do some self-refinement so that I can continue to bring y'all the best content. First and foremost, thank you for joining me on another episode of Mind Autonomous. I'm your host, Angelo Tahadari. It's going to be a beautiful day, family. I'm breathing in that God breath, that God energy, you feel me? And so today I want to talk to y'all about want, right? And so we're just going to jump right into it. This all stems from a conversation that I had with my brother. Shout out to Maestro, aka EI3. And whenever we have discussion, it's always on an epic level to where we walk away with something enlightening. So on this particular day, Maestro was telling me about a video that he had come across. And in that video, there was a very important, powerful quote. The quote went something like this, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't know it verbatim, unfortunately. But the quote goes, "The moment you want something is the moment God turns his back on you." And I found that to be a bit perplexing. You know, I'm asking aloud, why would God not want us to want? And as I'm asking myself this, I'm getting the answer simultaneously. And I come to the conclusion that the universe is already trying to give you everything, right? The universe has already given you everything. So to say that you want something is to relinquish whatever it is you already have. To say that you want something is to suggest to the subconscious mind that you don't have it in the first place. And so when we refer to the universe, it must be synonymous with God because God created it. The universe is an emanation from God, right? And so God is in everything. And so everything, so God is in the universe, God is in spirit, God is in soul, God is in mind. Problem is, God isn't on mind, right? And so we have to start thinking in terms of God, acknowledging God in everything. This is how God can be omnipresent. This is how God is all around us. So when we think about everything that sustains us, everything that sustains us has some level of love happening. And we realize that God is love. So if you look at the relationship that the sun has with the plants, you'll realize that there's a reciprocal love happening in that moment. The sun wants the plants to flourish, and in turn the plants have an appreciation for the sun, for without the sun there would be no life. Okay, the ancients understood this on a profound level. The ancients were connected and one with the universe. They studied nature. They were astrologers. The ancients would tell you that the stars are our progenitors. And funny enough, scientists today will tell you that we're made up of stardust. The ancients also venerated moisture. Why? Because we're made up of at least 60% water. Okay, and so if you go to Africa in times immemorial, you will find that Hinduism, regardless of what Google tells you, is not the oldest religion, but animism is. Animism is the belief that there's a soul in everything. Everything has a soul, even a rock. So if you pick up a rock or rocks and build a home, you will begin to see your disposition manifest itself in the construction of that home. You will begin to see your spirit manifest itself in the construction of that home. This is how a home can have character, right? And so our acknowledgement of the rock gives the rock consciousness. It's like if you create a painting, right? And it's a beautiful painting that ends up becoming a masterpiece. You attach your name to that painting. People begin to recognize your disposition, your character, your spirit in that painting, right? Your painting has character. So they'll be like, that's the artist such and such's painting. That's the artist such and such painting. You put your time, your energy, your effort, your hard work into that painting. This is the same thing. This is the nature of God and the universe. This is how God is in everything, right? And so when the ancients would talk to the trees, it wasn't to say that the tree was God, but in the tree you'll find God, right? We have an innate curiosity for nature. As children, we would go outside, we would dig holes, we would climb trees, we would explore. We had questions for the different birds and animals. So much so that we were connected. We were one with nature. And as time progressed, as we got older, for a lot of us, we became further and further removed from that nature. And we'll do things as adults like go to the national park to appreciate nature, but won't appreciate nature outside of those parks. We'll do things like cut down an entire forest, right? And subsequent to the forest being cut down, have the nerve to say there's too much carbon dioxide in the environment. We need those trees to absorb that carbon dioxide, and to a greater extent, some of the other, various poisons in the air, so that we don't breathe them in and die. Okay, and you have people out there who will make fun of people who appreciate nature on that level, right? those people call nature lovers tree huggers, right? Those people, and not just those people, but everyone right now should go out and hug a tree. Genuflect in front of that tree. Bow down to that tree, because if it weren't for that tree, there would be no life. This is the nature of the universe. The universe has already given you everything. All the universe wants you to do is accept it, claim it, take it, receive it. Thank you, God, for allowing me to receive everything that the universe has given me. Thank you, God, for allowing me to claim everything that the universe has already given me. Thank you, God, for allowing me to take everything that the universe has already given me. If you own a car, that car is bought and paid for, you drive that car to and from work or wherever you go, you don't get in the car and say, I want this car. That would be an oxymoron. You already have the car. Same with the food. You don't pray to God that you want the food. You pray to God to bless the food. So we need to stop asking God for the things that we want and start asking God to bless the things that we already have. This is the nature of the universe, family. This is God. This is that God energy. This is that God work. And all you have to do is go out and get it, family. I remember we used to play this game when I was younger called That's My Car. Any car of significant value we would lay claim to. And we understood it to be of significant value because none of these cars were sitting in our driveways or our garages. I didn't have a garage as a youngster. You know, all I had was a dirt driveway. Some of us didn't even have that. Some of us didn't even have a car to park on the street, right? But we still played this game called That's My Car, right? Whether we be sitting on the porch or going on a ride with our parents or sitting in the living room watching a movie, any car of significant value on that level of a Rolls Royce, a Corvette, a Porsche, you know, something on that level. That's my car, that's my car, that's my car. So much so that it became a contentious environment and an argument would ensue. And if the parents were around during this time, because, you know, a lot of times the children would be like, that's my car, and you would swear up and down, no, I said that's my car first, that's my car. And if the parents were around when this was going on, they would say, y'all sit y'all little asses down somewhere, none of that stuff belong to y'all. That couldn't have been further from the truth. They were wrong in that moment, right? Because in that moment, they were dumping on the imagination of the child. And as time progressed, most of us stopped saying, that's my car. And for the ones who continue to say that that's my car, they have those cars sitting in their driveways and in their garages as we speak. This is the nature of the universe, family. This is the nature of the universe. And see, one of the biggest problems, family, one of the biggest problems with us asking the universe, when we ask the universe for something, the universe receives it as avarice. The universe receives it as greed because we already have everything. Okay? It's as simple as that. And so the problem with asking God for something is most oftentimes we ask for the materialistic things with a sullied soul. You know, our souls are not conditionally strengthened to ask. First of all, if your soul is conditionally strengthened, you won't be asking, you'll just be receiving. Okay? You know, the thing is when we ask for certain things, most oftentimes we won't get it. But if we do get it, and it's materialistic, let's say it's that car, that house, that man or woman, that relationship, the bag, the money, you know, when we get it, we usually get it in exchange for our soul or our spirit, because our spirit is not strengthened, it's not conditioned. You know, and so we get these things and we put so much value into them. It's the type of value that causes us to worship these items. We don't want to worship these items. These are things that we can have in this material world. See, matters to the material, right? But when you transition, you leave these things behind. So if you understand that, then you won't put that type of value into these material possessions. Your soul has to be intact before you ask, or before you go and claim and receive the things that the universe has already given you. I remember speaking with my father, right? And see, here's the thing, real quick before I go into that. The flesh cannot have dominion over the spirit. Okay? The spirit must have dominion over the flesh. You always want to operate from your spirit. And so I remember, you know, speaking with my pops and then greeting. I'm like, what's up, Pop? How you feeling? He'd be like, feeling supernatural, son. Supernatural. And I'm like, wow. You know, and if my grandma was around at the time that he said that, she would be like, stop saying that. You sound like a ghost or you dead. It was quite the contrary. He was more alive than any of us. And so when he transitioned, He left such an indelible mark on this planet. Anyone that he came in contact with, he left a piece of his spirit, a piece of his energy, a piece of his character, a piece of his personality. Because he was a light being before he transitioned. His soul was intact. He had dominion, his spirit had dominion over the flesh. Because the flesh is what we leave behind in transition. The flesh is just the experience of this physical world. We must understand that. Okay? And so anything material we leave behind, and we cannot put that type of value on these sorts of things. It's as simple as that, family. Okay? And so what the universe wants you to do is take it, receive it, claim it. Do that. Stop asking the universe for things that already belong to you. Okay? So I'm done, family. It's time for y'all to get on up out of here. Bye. Gone. You ain't gotta get up out of here. Actually, you do gotta get up out of here. You ain't gotta go home though. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here. So bye. Get on up out of here. Go claim what's rightfully yours. Take it, receive it. You got work to do, family. Peace.